catching cheaters and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that your husband's cheating?
A couple weeks ago, we had people over, and my husband was doing the bonfire, and my friend, who's practically like family, we've been friends my whole life, she was out there helping him, and she's usually inside, and I got this really weird feeling, and...
They were, like, extra close while they were over or something? What was she doing? Why was she with him?
I have no idea. Something just wasn't right. They usually just are passing with each other or just
Were they touchy-feely with each other? Or it was just like the fact that she stayed out there?
There was like a little bit of like, I saw a little bit of laughing on both sides, and I was like, what is going on? Like it was like they had some private joke.
Like flirting?
And I was just, yeah.
Have you ever suspected that he would cheat on you?
No.
Okay, have you ever wondered or worried about your friend around him?
God, no.
There's got to be more to that, though, than them just being playful with each other.
Well, there is. The other day, he says he's going over to her house to help them install shelves. And I'm like, what? First of all, he's not a handy guy. That just made no sense.
Did he tell you that he was going over there? Or, like, how did you know?
Well, I asked where he was going, and he said it very awkwardly.
Like he didn't want to tell you?
Yeah.
Was her husband there with you guys when you guys were doing your bonfire?
He was not. He's traveling.
Was he there when he went over to do the shelves?
I don't know. I really don't know his schedule.
All right, so you want us to call up your husband and call up your friend and see how they talk to each other and do our War of the Roses three-way? Just to give you a forewarning, you understand that your feelings about them possibly cheating are definitely going to be known after this, after we make this call.
It's okay. I want it to be.
Okay. War of the Roses, three-way call here right now. Mute your phone.
Okay.
Hello.
It's not good. It'll just like open that door. Hello?
Hey, I got to call you back. Sarah's in the other room.
Okay.
Wait, did you call me?
No.
Why did it say no caller ID?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Call me back.
Okay.
They both hung up. Both disconnected.
I could hear her in the background.
He's coming in here.
Just pretend you're on the phone with somebody else. And just stay right there with us.
All right.
So obviously kind of wild how they actually talk to each other.
I'm on
Just
the phone with work right now. Yeah.
kind of weird how his conversation was.
Yeah.
When he
was.
Oh, are you able to talk now?
Yeah, he walked away.
So the conversation that they had with each other doesn't sound like I'm friends with your wife. Why are you calling me? It sounds like they do talk.
Very
and also, it shouldn't be a big deal that they're on the phone with each other if y'all are just friends. And you know what I mean?
That's a great point.
It's definitely more than fixing shelves.
Hang on for 1 second. You just stay right there. And then let's have you just monitor what he does, if he leaves or stays, okay?
All right.
Put her on hold. Monitor that. I mean, for him to be so concerned about her being home and not wanting to talk while she's there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is obvious that there's something a little shady with that whole thing. You know, if one of my wife's friends are calling up and calling me up, I'm not going to have an issue having a conversation unless I'm throwing like a surprise party or something like that for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
844 Mojo Live, 844-665-6548. It's one of those ones where you just sit there and you're kind of stumped. Or it could be maybe he knows what we do.
Well, I love that he went back into the room to check out what she was doing too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm watching real quick the other room and just waiting for a thumbs up from you. I don't want to go to a break or do anything like that. What do you got? Sarah?
He just left and told me he's leaving for work.
All right, then let's try another three-way. See if we can get both of them on.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 2, 4.
Call in. Still, hopefully. This is her number.
Wait, so he bumped.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 734.
All right, so that was hers. He immediately bumped. So there's something going on, unless maybe he's talking to her right now. Comments, speculation, thoughts. It's the Mojo in the Morning War of the Roses. A wife suspecting that her husband is cheating and cheating with her friend.
This is the home of
the War of the Roses.
Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo in the Morning. Tanisha listens to the War of the Roses with us. Always gives us some good comments. Tanisha, and a wife suspecting that her best friend cheating with her husband because of how unbelievably close that they've been with each other lately. And then that conversation you just heard with a three-way call. You wanted to say something?
Yeah. Well, first, I think they're probably calling each other back right now. But I don't think anybody's dumb enough to do it in front of the friend and the spouse's face. I think they're probably planning something for her. And had they picked up and done the three-way, she probably would have just ruined the surprise.
Well, and it's funny because that thought came in my head because we've had that happen before. But it just seemed too shady. It just seemed too like she's right there, whatever. You know what I mean?
What do you mean planning something for?
A surprise
like
party.
maybe an anniversary
Yes.
surprise or a party,
trip,
like her birthday or their
I want it to be that, Tanisha. I want it to be that, and we have had that before, like Mojo said. But my gut is not good on this one.
Jen, what do you think about Tanisha's speculation?
I think that she has a kind heart, but she has got some rose-colored glasses on, sweetheart. No way. And I'll tell you why. Because immediately he said, she's in the other room. Okay, that wasn't like, hey, like a friendly hello, good morning. It's like, whoa, lockdown. And then, wait a minute, you don't have caller ID. Why did this come up? That she's a listener. He knows something is up. Like, why? He immediately went to the caller ID. He smells a rat. He is on it.
The greeting, Jen.
Damage control.
That's a good clue. The greeting. Like you said, he wasn't like, hey, she's in the other. It was the way that he answered the phone.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, wait, did you call me? Like, they're breaking all these, like, every rule was broken that they have established with this call, and his alarms went off immediately. So, yeah, no, that was enough. As soon as he said she's in the other room, I'm like, boom, busted. sorry, honey. I'm very sorry. And I know those dang fire pits. I mean, I know another girlfriend that just walked right out, and her best friend was with her husband next to the fire.
You're kidding me.
Really? Like
No.
with?
With under a blanket, thought she fell asleep inside. Whoops. No.
By the way,
Wow.
We're not going to Shannon's house for a bonfire. We're changing the plans on that. We planned earlier this morning that we were all going to Shannon's house for the bonfire. Andrea, what's going on?
Hey, I think that wife should drive over to her friend's house and see if her husband meets over there. Because if the friend's husband travels, there's a good chance he's probably not there, and he's running over there. She could get pictures of his car at the house.
I'm going to say this. I'm not encouraging that because I do not know what the liability is of that. I do not want to have that happen to her if she does happen upon them.
Well, not to confront them there, but just to get pictures from afar, proving that his car is there, just to ask him later.
Yeah. No, it's honestly, it's probably the smart thing to do. What's up, Jay? Mojo in the Morning, War of the Roses. You have been cheated before, is that right? Or you've cheated?
I did exactly. Well, I was the one that did what he did, and I can tell you right now, this was many years ago. It was before my first marriage. There is no doubt in my mind, when you get a phone call from your wife, girlfriend's friend, and you have to walk out of the room, I mean, does it have to be any more obvious? I did it. I'm telling you right now, this guy is definitely has a relationship beyond friendship with her friend. And I think it should be obvious. And if he just left for work, I don't encourage her to drive over there like the last caller said. Like you said, that's probably a liability because it is. But I can, you can almost guarantee it. I bet you Shannon agrees. Because
by the way, we've had that before where she did drive over, and do you remember that one?
It was honestly one of the worst experiences I've ever had.
Really, really bad.
Yeah, it turned into a bad month on this radio show.
Yes.
You know what? I remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
It was bad and very uncomfortable.
Jay, I got to ask you this. So you actually cheated. You cheated with a best friend of your significant?
I don't know if it's best friend, but friend. Yeah.
So friend. And where would you find it to be the easiest to do these moves? Because here's a guy who's doing it right in front of her at a freaking party or whatever they were doing. Would you be that bold?
Well, no, but yes. I guess if you're doing it, but bold, yeah, that's a good word to use. Bold. I would have left the room. And I would have did exactly what he did.
I'll call you back.
I don't think it's because he thought he was part of the Mojo in the Morning show. I think it's because he just knew what he was doing and he didn't want to be caught. Yeah, so it's pretty obvious. I've done the same thing, and then he left, for work, supposedly. And then you guys, it sounded like you tried to call them both back, and it went right to voicemail.
Right.
Well, he definitely bumped. She, I think, let it ring a couple of times because she was probably on the other line. So.
Well, and then the no caller ID kind of thing made suspicion occur. So.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt in my mind that there's something going on there.
Thanks for the call, Jay. What's going on, Nick?
Yeah, I think he's totally cheating. With how they were out at the bonfire and the laughing, and how he's going over to install cabinets.
Yeah. Somebody just texted and said, we got a Scandival on our hands right now.
Oh.
Referencing one of your more popular dirty stories that you've done. Another couple people said that they wouldn't trust their husband with their best friend ever. I'm always intrigued by that. You have friends that you wouldn't trust your spouse with. And John, what's up?
Man, I got the best one. He recognized her voice from an unknown block caller, like immediately.
Exactly. That was one of the ones, because that's the thing. He knew right away who it was. And in a lot of times when we do these three-way calls, it takes them some time to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, because I would have been like, who is this? But, he did it like Megan last week. Named that tune, less than a split second. He was like, she's in another room.
Yeah. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it. We're going to try to see if we can get those guys on. We're still trying to call both of their phone numbers and see if we can have them on the show to explain themselves, because I really feel like Sarah's got like some answers, but no answers on this War of the Roses.
You're listening to Mojo in the Morning.